Welcome to Turn Extension, a supplemental podcast for the Advanced Maneuvers YouTube channel.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Turn Extension. My name is Tony, or Polar Bear Cub on the forums.
And this is Gaston.
Hey, so for the third week in a row, it's just the two of us. So sorry for getting bored listening to us, but that's what you got.
I don't know how you could get bored listening to us. This is like, we spin pure gold.
That is true. I mean, we are pretty amazing at what we do, especially when, you know, people love just to hear our voices.
I know my mother's a subscriber to the podcast.
Of course.
She might be our only one.
My wife is not a subscriber.
Yeah, mine uses it as like a meditation to fall asleep at night.
Oh, that's a little sad. Only a little bit.
I thought it was kind of sweet because, you know, it's my voice.
It's true. You're right. She she wants to hear you.
It explains dinner. It's so quiet.
Oh, man.
Anyways, it sounds like you have some good news to share.
Yes. So I have my Crucible Guard army. I've got 2 boxes. I've got Morley. I've got Locke. And I've got 2 heavy jack kits. So in a couple hours... not a couple hours, sorry. In about 2 days, we're doing a tournament, and I am aggressively trying to get this entire army together so I can play 2 75-point games. And
be pretty impressed if we have a tournament in a couple hours on Thursday night.
Yeah, no, that was my bad. Definitely not a Thursday night tournament. I wasn't thinking. Not the first time, you know. That's happened.
He's going to spend all tournament not thinking.
I am going to spend all tournament not thinking. I'm optimistically positive I'm going to lose every game. But
I highly doubt that.
Well, I
think you'll go 1-3.
1-3. I'd be happy with 1-3. If I can go 1-3, I'll be pretty happy. Realistically, though, it's just been so long since I've actually played a game. We played 3 games a couple weeks ago, but my thing is that it's been a long time since I've actually played the game, and I'm playing a whole brand new army. So we'll see. And it's been forever. It's been years since I've been in a tournament.
I'm technically playing a brand new army.
You're playing minions.
Yeah, but, you know,
you're
2 casters that I use a lot.
What 2 casters are you bringing?
Helga and Rask.
So Helga, which you bring all the time against me.
No.
Really?
Maybe.
Exactly. And Rask, their most popular caster of the faction, the one that's arguably the best caster in minions.
Does it help that I put the Meat Thresher with Rask?
No, it doesn't. Not one bit, actually.
Because do you remember what the Meat Thresher did to you, buddy?
Yeah, I remember exactly what the Meat Thresher did to me, so I'm not amused. Not amused
at all.
It
gave you hugs. All it did was love you, and you rejected it.
It touched me inappropriately, and I was not okay with it.
It did kind of run over your army.
It did. It completely destroyed my army.
Glorious.
Yeah, so
anyways,
that's kind of that's what we're looking at doing.
So tell us about your lists.
All right, so I'm not sure when this is going to get posted up. I'm going to try to get it posted up either Friday or most likely it might be actually Sunday, because I do want to try to get it up before a lot of the dojo that you are talking about for your right gets posted up. So if you are listening to this and I post up early and you hear my army, don't tech against me because I'm really bad if you're going to this tournament. So my first list is pretty simple. It's going to be Locke. It's pretty much going to be Locke. I'm going to have 2 Vindicators, a Suppressor, 3 Tauros, 2 units of the Combat Alchemist, and then I believe it's going to be Hutchuck and a Gorman. So I think that's my first list. And really the goal of that list is just going to be a lot of just hard-hitting models. They're just going to go in, and I'm going to try to just aggressively get up the field, countercharge some things that I need to with the Tauros, and just really mess stuff up. Usually I really like running this list with the Liberator. I do not have that option because the Liberator is not released until the following week, and this tournament is against any pre-release models. So everything I am playing in this army is going to be released up until Friday. So tomorrow, all that stuff that's released, which is not a whole lot, that's what I'm going to be playing.
Lame.
I know, super lame. And then the second army is going to be Silvestro, with a Vindicator and a Suppressor, Gorman, 2 Trancer solos, which I think are absolutely awesome. I actually believe Trancer solos are also in my other army list, as well as the Dragon Rock Breath, sorry. I'm going with this by memory. Maybe we should have pulled the army up.
Probably.
Give me a second. Let me actually pull up my Silvestro list because it's actually something I enjoyed. Full notice, by the way, I definitely was talking to some people online about Silvestro lists, so this one person posted this up, so I am actually blatantly stealing their list. So it is Silvestro with...
Gator!
Yeah. So it's Silvestro with a Suppressor and a Vindicator, First Mate Hawk, Gorman, 2 Trancers, 2 units of combat assault command, 2 units of assault troopers, Crucible Guard Rocketmen with 2 gunners and the unit attachment, 2 units of Rocket Breath, and then finally the Press Gangers with Morley. And really the goal with that is Crucible Guard has a lot of things to increase the damage, but they don't have a lot of speed buffs, so that's why I actually don't like Forge Guard right now with Silvestro. I know it's a really popular opinion. The other thing was with the Press Gangers, they have advanced deploy, they can move relatively fast. So they're usually not Power Plus Strength 9. When they get Gang, they go up to an 11. And then Morley can give them additional +2, so they go up to 13. Either Dragon Breath Rocket or the Suppressor can add an additional 2 armor swings, so they go up to a 15. And then if I were to put Transmutation on them, they actually go up to Power Plus Strength 17. With Hawk, they are now Power Plus Strength 17 Weapon Master. So my thought with them is it's going to be really my Demo Core drop or anything that has a lot of heavy armor. The Vindicator can mess with a lot of War Beast, stuff like that, and then just really as the Press Gangers go in there, they're just going to charge in, start killing things, and then the last can actually start bringing the models back if it's against a unit.
Do they still have 2 attacks?
They have... I have to pull it up separately. Hold on. Because I don't have
your
the card in front
dojo.
of me. I know. I believe they only have 1 attack.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure... Or maybe it was the Sea Dogs that had the 2 attacks.
So Sea Dogs had the gun and a melee attack.
But the gun was point blank.
Correct.
So you actually get 2 melee Weapon Master swings, because the
So-
point blank makes it count as a melee weapon.
So yeah, so Press Gangers, they only have 1 weapon. A hand weapon. Power Plus Strength 9. The Sea Dog Pirates, they have a hand weapon, Power Plus Strength 8, and a pistol. Pistol, this model can make the melee. But what the issue with the point blank is you do not add the strength of the model to the damage rolls.
And all your stuff is strength buffs.
And all your stuff, a lot of my stuff is strength buff. So the Dragon Rocket Breath and a Suppressor is an armor debuff. But Transmutation is a strength buff, and so is Morley is a strength buff as well.
Okay, I was just kind of trying to think through if there was a slightly better option.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing, is kind of just going through it. I like the idea of the Press Gangers. I'm not sure how well they're going to work because it's the first time I'm trying the list. It's really the first time I'm actually playing the full army, kind of just in general. I mean, I've only had the Pogs beforehand, so this would be really cool to actually put an army on the table. So I'm really looking forward to it, which is why optimistically I'm saying I probably won't win a single game on Saturday.
I'll be curious to see how well you're able to deliver them as well, because their defensive stats are not fantastic.
Yeah, so their defensive stats are not great. They're 13-11. With Transmutation, they go up to a 15, and Morley can give them tough. And then once per game, he can actually give them a super tough where they don't get knocked down. So kind of delivering them, that's what I was thinking, is that he toughs them. They defense 15 with a tough. Possibly before I get in there, I pop Morley's mini feat to give, I believe it's every model in his command range gain tough. Let's look.
That's aggravating.
Morley, so Reviver. This model can use Reviver once per game at any time during its activation. While in this model's command range, friendly faction warrior models gain tough. Additionally, when a friendly faction warrior model makes a tough roll on 4, 5, or 6, while in this model's command range, that model can remove 1 damage point. Okay, sorry, so the Reviver gives super tough. But he does have a normal ability called the Good Stuff that affected living models gain tough and cannot be knocked down, but suffer -1 to attack rolls.
I'm a little disappointed that you didn't go with my Rocketman dojo.
So I was going back and forth on the Rocketman. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's way too many models to put together right now. So that solely is my biggest reason to not bring them at this moment. Because I don't have to
I'm
put
pretty
together
sure that
press
nerds
gangers.
don't sleep. So if you're a true nerd, you should have the set.
I probably could not sleep, but I really got to focus at work tomorrow. And I like hanging out with my wife. So, you know, those two things together means I am not going to... I was just gluing the wrong model. That's not good.
So what are your concerns about matchups?
So I think my concerns right now about matchups is things that can see through stealth and things that can deal with high defense. So if they can deal with the high defense, they're going to be able to take out my Rocketman relatively easily because they're going to get up to a defense 16. I'm not really going to put transmutation on them. So they'll be a def 16. Press gangers will be a def 15.
Why the hell are you not putting transmutation on your Rocketmen?
Because it only adds to their defense. It doesn't add. They don't get anything additional for strength, and they already have Pathfinder. So why would I
use
not?
that to freaking make them defense 18 and deliver them?
Yeah, but if I do that, I just go back and forth. I'm not sure what the best option is yet.
You can transmute things more than once a turn.
No, you can't. It's an upkeep.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an upkeep spell.
Oh. Oh, that sucks. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, see,
You should still put it on Rocketman.
I don't know. And then honestly, if I drop my my lock list, it's gonna be, well, if they call my bluff and take all my drop an armor cracking list, then I'm kind of screwed.
You don't think Locke can handle an armor cracking? Like, you don't think she can piece trade effectively?
She probably can. I think it would just take a lot of experience. Honestly, that's what it's going to be. Is these matchups are going to be just more so experience for me. Is what's going to be good, what's not good. Because I really like these two casters, so I'm actually very excited that these are the two that came out first. I think there's something that I could play for a long time and really enjoy.
And I think that's one of the things that people like. You get into tournament mode and you realize like, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win. Tournaments are also a fantastic way to just gain 4 games of experience with some random caster.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing at the end of the day is, well, is it going to be worthwhile for me? And I think it will be.
I think it absolutely will be too. I think it'll be a great experience for you. Now I suspect by like game 4 you'll have, done enough reps with the army to have some sort of idea on how to play competently.
So
And
hopefully by game 4 is when I'll
1-3.
win. That's actually not a bad way to look at it. You're right.
I mean, consider, when you played the 3 games that Saturday, your first game was not the smoothest. Your second game, you had the lock assassination game plan and didn't pull it off.
Very
For
true.
a variety of reasons. And then your third game, like, the plan was there and we rolled it out.
See it.
But you didn't see it.
Yeah.
So all those, it's just, after you played 2 games of lock, though, you were playing a lot smoother.
And that's
And
true.
it
You're
usually
right.
seems to take like 3 to 5 games to really start ironing out the kinks in a list, I think.
Honestly, I'm more so concerned about Sylvester. I think he does a lot, and my concern is that I think he's gonna be a caster that there's just gonna be so many options to do, and I think I'm gonna clock a lot more. I think clock will be my biggest issue when it comes to Sylvester.
Possibly. I mean, clock is the enemy of us all.
It is. So.
That's why I only play War Beast heavy.
See, that makes sense. But now I'm going to be playing a crap ton of units. Probably the most amount of units I've played in years.
Yeah, with Convergence as your army. Yeah.
Yeah, because since Mark III, I haven't really played that many units. When I guess when Mark II, I used to play units a lot with Axis.
Yeah, that theme. Oh my gosh, that theme for us.
That theme was awesome.
That's a word for it. Not everyone uses that word.
So great. So balanced. All right, so enough about my stuff. Let's talk about your stuff. So, do you want to talk about the army you're going to be playing this weekend, or do you want to talk about some Ret games you played?
I want to talk about Rep because they're in CID right now, and Playing Ret, it's kind of like, you know how you have like a book that you really enjoy reading, and then you haven't picked it up in a while, and you start reading it again, you're like, damn, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly like the feeling. It's like every time you see me playing Ret is the newest level of most fun I've had playing Ret yet.
Really?
So every time, literally every time you see me playing Ret, it is the best time I've ever had.
That's so funny. How come you don't play them more then? Why are you playing minions more than Ret then?
Because I love minions. But
Okay.
Ret is a ton of fun. The other thing is minions has will work for food, which is, for me, there's a lot of similarities between the two in that minions you actually have a fair amount of these positioning tricks, and Ret you have a fair amount of the positioning tricks. And that's kind of what I gravitate towards is, I call it small tactical positioning. Whereas like you have the drags and minions with the swamp horde tentacles, you have the overtake from the theme, you have Ninja Pig with diversionary tactics, things of that nature. And you have a lot of that in Ret too. It's one of the themes that I just adore about them.
Okay. So with the games you played, did you play with the CID rules 2.0, or are these the ones that came out the week before?
So I played one of each week,
Okay.
and I don't think my week one really changed at all. I think it's still pretty valid.
Did you play the
'Cause
Triton at all, or no?
I have not. I played against it.
Okay. What about the Gorgons?
I played those week two.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
So week one was Goreshade 4, Chimera Imperatus, Silas Wishnailer, 3 Arcanist Mechanics, a Sire and a Demon, a Sire and a Demon, and then 2 max units of Sentinels, each one with a Soulless Escort.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, no, and it was a lot of fun. The concept was, and obviously it's the Dawn Guard theme, Force Legions of Dawn, there's kind of a lot of concepts going into it. I think Goreshade 4 is kind of set, I had said it the last time we talked, to kind of jump to the top of the list, and I think he's pretty much going to be there. But when I was building this list, I really wanted to try out these demons, because I haven't played them since Mark II, and I never really found much of a reason to play them in Mark III.
Makes sense.
So I was really curious to Jack Marshal them because they have a Hellmouth gun, and so the Jack Marshal, if you aim, you get +2 damage, so it's then kind of like a high explosive POW 14 on everybody in a 3-inch AoE. And then
Okay.
you suck models into the center model too, so you can grab models that are even further out and pull them in.
That's
so you
ridiculous.
have, and then he has hand device, so it can actually be a POW 16.
Jesus.
And then, well, the trick is you got to be aiming, and they're only range 10. So the other part of that trick is that the Sire's Righteous Vengeance is their drive. So the demons actually get vengeance to move forward 3 inches anytime you kill a Sentinel within 5 inches of them. So when I was playing it, that actually worked out really well. I was playing, ironically, into the Dawn Guard theme under Ron, and so I was up against the Sentinels on Sentinels. So one of the things with Sentinels is they're armor 20. They're not the easiest things in the world to crack.
No, they're
And
not.
these two demons rip through 10 of them, no problem.
Really?
Yep. I mean, once you apply hand device, it's dice off 4.
Jesus Christ, man.
But you gotta get everything lined up perfectly. That's kind of that's where I'm very wishy-washy on that. I wish you were range 12 maybe, or maybe a 3-inch pull instead of a 2-inch pull. That would line them better with the actual spell Hellmouth.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean they did their job fantastically. The other thing is with the theme, they become weapon masters. So you have
One
this
would say
gun.
that's good.
Yeah, so you have a gun that can just obliterate infantry. It's like a super AoE, and then they get in close, and you're able to trigger flank. Essentially, is what gives them the weapon master with Dawn Guard, which there are quite a few on the list.
Yeah.
So then they become their base POW 15. They go up to 17 with Crush. Concentrated power makes them 19, and then weapon master.
Damn. Jesus, man.
So, and that's not counting like Imperatus, who in that particular game was able to get to POW 21.
So does that help take out a lot of models though? Because Sentinels, they're still 1 wound infantry, right?
They are. So the idea behind the demons in the list was I wanted them to focus on things that hunted infantry, namely other infantry. So like if I go up against press gangers, for example, a lucky press ganger can kill a sentinel. And that's not a good trade for me at all. I want my sentinels to be focusing on targets that are a big deal to kill.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is to have the demons kind of clear out any of the chaff infantry put up against like crows, cutthroats, things like that, that can pick on the sentinels and then keep the sentinels safe themselves.
Okay.
The other thing with the list is that I ended up dropping out the UAs for the sentinels. I didn't take them.
Really?
Nope.
That's actually
I was like,
surprising.
I don't think you need them with Goreshade. I think they are wasted points with Goreshade. That's part of what I was testing.
So why do you think they're wasted points with Goreshade? Because doesn't the unit attachment give them the additional armor?
It gives them an additional armor, +3 with mini feet, Iron Zeal.
Yeah.
And then it also gives them Relentless Charge, which is Pathfinder when you charge.
And you think that just Goreshade by himself can just... doesn't matter?
Well, he has the spell Ghost Walk.
Mm-hmm.
So now they can not only go through anything, but they can go through buildings. Can't do that with Pathfinder.
Correct.
And then they can't go through models. It's not incorporeal. It's just ghostly.
Okay.
And then he has a Cloud Wall to prevent them from getting shot at. And then he has Dauntless Resolve, which makes him +3 armor all the time.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So then you can actually save yourself 8 points and reinvest it elsewhere in the list.
I see your argument now. Okay. So how did the end of the list? How did the end of the game go?
Yeah, pretty good. That was the week 1 Trident, and pretty much because Goreshade has Arcane Vortex, it was always a battle between him and Ron on how many TKs he could get off on me. Because he was just like, TK cancel, TK cancel, TK cancel. So pretty much any time he was able to get through my spell protection, the Trident was able to kill Goreshade.
Jesus Christ.
Which was kind of crazy. Anytime he wasn't able to get through my spell protection, Goreshade just ground out the list and won on attrition. So there's, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Okay.
I did manage to clock in, I think, an extra 6 focus on my feet turn. So at one point I was rolling with 13 focus.
Damn, that's really good.
Yeah, I liked that. That was really helpful.
I would really like that as well.
He is super strapped for focus. Super strapped.
Which is surprising, because isn't he a focus 7?
He is, but
it's always weird just to hear a focus 7 caster strapped.
Well, every cloud costs 2.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
So you can put out 3 clouds, or you can cast Hand of Ice, or you can cast Ghostly. Each of those costs 2 as well. So, and there's no spell slave.
Can't you use Silas? Or is he not?
Silas is a free upkeep. He's not a spell slave.
Oh, I thought he could reduce the cost by 1.
He lets you upkeep 1 for free.
Damn. Okay.
And then, but he also does have Wield Secrets, or Arcane Assist, or whatever it's called, which assigns importance on your next spell.
Okay.
Which, with Hand of Ice, becomes incredibly useful, because then your 7 signs importance, and you don't really need to roll to, or boost to hit. You can kind of keep that spell as efficient as possible.
That's nice.
So I really enjoy playing him. He didn't change from week 1 to week 2. I don't know if he's actually going to change.
I always feel like that's a pretty good sign. If they don't change from week 1 to week 2, I feel like that means that he is performing well, or no, actually, I think that means he's performing well, because usually if he changed, then either A, people didn't play him, so Privateer Press thinks that something was boring about them, or that obviously he was too good.
Right, and the fact that I haven't seen any complaining about him from the Ret community is pretty astounding.
That is true. Hopefully that actually means that he will be fine.
Hopefully. I mean, the common one is that he has so much to do and so little resources to do it with. But most people accept that as balance.
Yeah. I mean, it's always an unfortunate thing. I always hate that. That's how I feel, not so much with Silvestro, but definitely with Baldwin still, is that there's a lot of things to do, and I really want to do a lot with him, but I can't, because he only has so much focus.
Yep.
But that's a balancing act. I mean, that's the balance.
It's a tragedy. It is a tragedy.
It really is.
Especially in like Retribution, where you can get a lot of free focus.
Ugh, get out of here.
You just can't get it on your caster. That's the downside.
Yeah, you can. Does your mechanic give out focus?
Yes.
God, God, I would love that with my mechanic. That's ridiculous.
So you can take 3 solos, and then you can take a unit of 3 that gives out focus as well.
You're a bad person.
No, because the unit, like, so each of the solos costs 2. So 3 solos cost 6 points. The unit of 3 of them costs 7 points. So everyone's super confused by that.
That is very confusing.
And I'm guessing it's because they gave him stupid things like a magical attack that no one ever uses, things like that.
Oh, okay.
It's just PP being dumb. Which they have a tendency to excel at.
Only at times. I feel like a lot of things have been really good lately.
Yeah, I mean, the CID, you could almost call it a buff cycle. Because only a few things go in there to get worse.
I mean, that's kind of the big thing, is that, well, it's because it's stuff that's not being played, so clearly there's an issue with it. Very few things go in and get worse. You know, if you're a Signar player, then that's most things.
Most deservedly, especially now that you don't play Signar.
Sure, you're right. I really shouldn't be bummed about it. I still am a little
Yeah, you
bummed.
can actually join us in complaining about them.
It's true. Man, fuck Signar. Nah, that just feels weird.
Welcome to the team.
I don't
Come
like
on.
it.
Dude, Signar is going to be a horrible matchup for Crucible Guard.
I heard actually that that's going to be the worst matchup.
So you're going to be like on team fuck Signar very, very quickly.
Ugh.
Welcome, buddy.
Thanks,
Welcome.
man. Thanks, friend.
So the other one that I got into kind of play testing a lot was Forges of War. And Forges of War is by far, hands down, my favorite theme in Ret. It's the first one that came out. It's the House Shail one.
Is that the Jax?
And it's the Jax.
Okay.
But it exemplifies everything I love about that faction. It is so much fun to play. It is so dynamic. It is so flexible. You can like almost literally slip in any caster, and it'll just work around them.
That's crazy.
It is a phenomenal theme, and everybody undersells it as like, oh, it's the Ron theme. Just if you're not playing it enough, then, or if you're not playing it, then you're doing it wrong.
So you don't play Ron very much in it, do you?
I play Ron in it, but I don't play Ron very much because I'm not into bad relationships, and I feel like that's the kind of one that I would never be able to leave.
Okay.
Ron is the other reason I started Ret. I love Ron. Like,
But you can't love him anymore.
Well, the deal I had was that I played every single caster in Ret on video before I cycled back to repeat any of them.
Okay. How many more casts do you have to do then?
I'm done.
Oh, so now you can circle back to Ron.
Yep. Gareth didn't get posted because the break in the channel, but everyone was recorded on camera.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to replay that one when we come back.
That's sad because that was a really, really rough game. That was Gareth into Cassius and Wormwood.
That does sound rough.
It got kind of weird because I was able to get Gareth and feed on the tree, so the tree couldn't escape.
Jesus.
Because the only way the tree can move is by teleporting itself, so it can cast spells. And then once my feat was over, I was actually able to run a Banshee up to it and get it within Wailing, and then it couldn't escape again because I can't cast spells.
That's awesome.
It got weird. It got very weird. It was not a great matchup for poor Gareth at all. Anyways,
whatever.
No, I mean you just play it. You know, it's if you show up to your game night and you've got the list that you want to play and you get a bad matchup, then you suck it up and you play it and you call it. You know, I'm gaining life experience.
I mean, that's what I plan on doing literally this Saturday. Gaining life experience.
Sometimes you'll surprise yourself. I had showed up and I had brought an anti-Crix list, and it was Caliban, and I'd dojo this and dojo that, and it was going to be interesting. And so I go up to our Crix player. I'm like, let's get a game in. And he's like, yeah, sure. I brought Bradigus. I'm like, what? All right.
Oh, that's a little different than what you had wanted to play.
Yeah, I didn't kill a single model.
Oh God, that's really bad.
Yeah. That's a lie. That is a lie. I did not kill a single one of his lights.
Oh. Okay.
I killed 2 of his heavies.
Well, that's
and
better.
then the lights killed me.
Oh no.
What was happening is like I couldn't, because he has Mystic Wards, I could never actually get a spell, Parasite, on any of his lights. So it's just Croak Raiders just raw dogging it into Armor 21.
God, God, that
So
sounds awful, man.
yeah, so I'd oil them, and then I'd light them on fire, and then they'd drop down to arm, or they base arm 17 or something, and then they take the boosted fire damage roll, but then that theme heals them D3 every turn. So it's just like, how many turns of sandpaper is it going to take to get all 5 of these lights dead?
Jesus.
And it turned out more turns than I had
That is
to live.
pretty awful.
But you know what? We played it. And I killed both of his heavies. He didn't see that coming.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think if I'd been able to hang on maybe another turn or so, or had a couple dice rolls go my way, I could have maybe started making big enough inroads into it. But, you just, it's a building character. It's building character through games.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty big thing where, I mean, because you've got to learn that, hey, every once in a while you're just going to have the wrong drop on accident. So what are you going to deal with it? What are you going to do to kind of deal with it?
Right, exactly. So, anywho, so it was a great loss. So, cycling back to Retribution, Forges of War, obviously I adore it, and I decided I wanted to play a really hard control Forges of War list. So I reached deep into the pocket and I pulled out Kaelyssa. And one of the reasons I pulled out Kaelyssa is her feat is just the most aggravating thing in the world. It's stealth no charging.
Mm-hmm. Which is bullshit.
Which is awesome for me. It's not awesome if I'm playing against it. But then again, I have Helga with a bunch of sprays, so, give and take.
Yeah.
That's why you get the Roadhogs. See? There is a strategy.
I can tell. It sounds like there's strategy. It sounds like it's a terrible one for everybody else.
So the other thing is that she has Phantom Hunter, which lets a model in her battle group ignore line of sight, concealment, cover, and stealth when making attacks.
God damn.
So I took Helios.
What?
Yeah.
Why'd you take Helios?
Because now he ignores line of sight, concealment, cover, and stealth.
So he can just pull people in from stupid far and then punch them?
Sometimes he pulls them around corners in 2 shots, but yeah.
God damn it. Fucking hate Helios.
I'm only 2 models into the list.
Alright, let's see the rest of it.
3 Arcanists, because that's what we do.
Yep.
Alara Jr.
Okay, so that's an interesting one.
She is brand new to the theme list.
Oh, really? I didn't realize she was just added to the theme list.
Yeah, they just added in models with the battle group controller ability.
Okay.
So, and she took 2 Gorgons.
2 Gorgons.
Why
Gorgons. 2?
Because, like 2 Daemons in the other list, if I'm going to play test something, I'm going to take 2 of it.
Okay.
Because if I do something dumb and it just randomly dies on turn 2, what have I learned? Absolutely nothing. But if you take 2 of them, then, if you make a stupid mistake, then you have another one to go fix it with. Also, models that are anti-infantry, like the Gorgons with their sprays, or like the Demons, I find tend to work better the more shots you can put out.
Again, that makes a lot of sense. It's a pretty fair point.
So I really like Alara in this because you can have the Gorgon roll on up. It can spray something for -2 speed. You can then have Helios bump it back 3 inches. And then the Gorgon itself can speed of death backwards 6 inches. So you can actually end up with like 17 inches distance between the Gorgon and the model that you debuffed.
Jesus Christ, man.
And then you also take away the charges, so it's basically a net, -2 speed, you can't charge us another 3, and then I moved you back 3 inches.
That's fucking ridiculous, Herman. That's
and they're
really
sprays,
ridiculous.
so
I think I'm mumbling
they're just good
too
into
much.
infantry.
That's really ridiculous.
So I'm really happy about that. The other thing that you can do that's also super annoying is you can roll up, spray something, and then push them forward and force lock a heavy, so they can't move until you kill the Gorgon.
Fuck you.
So getting that 12 inches and that shot type is just awesome.
So how reliable is it to get those shots off? Like, what is their mat and rat? Well, I guess they're warjack, so it helps a lot.
Yeah, and they're in a battle group, so you can just allocate and focus and boost,
Yeah.
which is what I was doing. And then Alara can get a little bit weird because every time she kills a living warrior model, she can allocate a focus to her battle group.
That's
and
pretty
she's
awesome.
got 2 attacks and sidestep, so she was actually going in, killing 2 guys, allocating 2 focus, and getting out of dodge.
That's pretty great.
Then I took 2 artificers. Each artificer brought along a manticore.
Jesus Christ.
I like Jack Marshalls, okay?
Yeah, you might be one of the very few people in the world that like Jack Marshalls.
Well, in Retribution, it just makes so much sense.
Why?
So you take a Manticore, so it's got D3 shots, or he can put down a covering firewall. So again, we're controlling that infantry. This is a hard control list.
Okay.
I've got the way of controlling the heavies. I need a way of controlling the infantry, so that way I can deal with them in time. Additionally, so they're base POW 15 as well, I believe. And then you can spend a point of focus to make them a POW 18 plus 3 strength. And then you can Crusher to make them up to POW 20. And then you can concentrate a power up to POW 22.
God damn.
And then Crusher is also an additional attack, so they get 3 initial attacks.
That's just ridiculous, dude. Side note,
I mean, the thing
fuck
is you
these
can't...
goddamn rocket men.
They're fun to assemble?
They're fucking awful right now. They're not sticking.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm holding my Roadhog upside down right now.
Everything else went together pretty smooth. It's really just these fucking rocket men.
Did you wash them?
No. Do I ever?
So you have to wash them.
No, I'm good.
But the mold release...
Nope. I'm fine. All right, Kevin,
Okay.
calm down.
So the other thing is I have 2 units of Battle Mages in the list as well.
And what do they do? Wait, hold on. Don't they, didn't the Battle Mages, didn't they just lose even with their unit attached? Was it their solo that used to give them, Force Barrier, but now they don't have it at all?
No, they just had it on the unit.
Right. Originally they had it on the unit. I thought
So they took it off the unit, replaced it with set defense, and then the solo gained it. It has the ability to put it back on the unit.
So I thought the solo just recently lost it again.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, there's 2 solo. Okay, there's 2 solos. There's the Mega Mittens and then the solo Mittens.
Okay.
Mega Mittens is the one who has it and gives it out, which is the
Okay.
Jack Marshall. You'll notice that their crappy solo isn't in the list, and there's a reason for that.
Because he's a crappy solo?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, the Battle Mages, they can just roll on up. They can yank Jacks across the battlefield, and then you kill them at your own leisure. Preferably while your army is stealth and unchargeable.
So what list did you drop this against?
It went into Irregulars with Drake McBain.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
I got a very strong attrition lead very quickly, but then I just kind of kept hitting roadblocks on scenario, like the freaking Helios just missed all his attacks on the Vanguard 2 turns in a row.
Ouch.
I'm just like, are you kidding me?
So you end up losing?
So, but no, it got down to a turn where he would have won. I was able to tweak scenario by 1 point in my favor, and that was enough to buy me a turn and then just completely catch up.
Ah, nice. That's awesome.
So it got very, very close, and it should not have, realistically.
It should have been a lot further apart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, top of turn 2, I dragged in a Mangler and a Freebooter, and I just killed 2 heavies, and I lost in retaliation 3 Battle Mages.
God damn, man.
So, I mean, 2 heavies for 3 Battle Mages, I can accept that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, it was reasonable. But the other thing that's beautiful about Kaelyssa is she can stationary Warjack, so then the Battle Mages are just hitting.
Okay. So then after this game, what do you think about what you were testing then? Good, bad, concerning?
For the most part, I really, really like it. The Gorgons feel a little bit pricey at 9 points. Just because they're paper thin. Like they're 12-19 stat-wise. They have maybe 20 boxes. So just the moment they start taking damage, they just fold like paper.
Okay, fair enough.
And then the Battle Mages, I really want them to just go back to pre-CID. I don't understand why they're being changed at all.
Because PP has got to touch your stuff that you love.
It was fine. It's been fine since 2010.
Not anymore, Herman.
Oh my god.
They know you loved it. Fuck it.
I do love it. They are the best unit in the game.
That's saying a lot.
There is no unit in the game that comes close to Battle Mages.
I mean, they are really good. I remember playing against them and being not very happy at all. Playing against them.
No unit, you win every single threat range battle. There's nothing that can compete against that. I mean, you can stop magic, you can block it, you can take countermeasures to it. But just on the base of it, you just win.
But that's probably why it had to be changed.
That's not the part that got changed. They just made them squishier.
Yeah, I'm saying that they probably just made them squishier because they had to change something.
I think the reason they made them squishier is because they wanted to decrease the point cost, so then they could justify taking free in theme.
Ah, okay.
That's all kind of gone out the window now, and it's in this weird half and half phase, which hopefully will metamorphosize into something a little easier.
One could hope.
But yeah, no, and then they're fantastic in melee. They've got 2 attacks. They've got beat back. They're POW 11. Like I threw Thyron into freaking Forges of War, and the battle mages ended up charging up. They got 3 dice to hit, and they sidestep, and they moved 3 inches every time they hit a model.
Jesus Christ, man. Sorry if if the plastic is loud. I'm opening up my Vindicator.
Yeah, there's just for battlefield control, for flexibility, up until they took away the force barrier for survivability. I mean, I don't know that you can make arguments for other units, but they're usually so one-dimensional compared to what these guys put back into the army that I don't think it's even close that they're the best unit in the game.
Well, I mean, I think now, once CID goes live, and if they stay this way, then what are your thoughts going to be? Are they still the best unit or no? Not even close.
I mean, I'll be aggravated, but they're only losing defensive prowess, and you have the ability to put it back in the same list.
So it's not horrible. It's not great, but not horrible.
It's not horrible. My bigger gripe is that the artificers lose all the other cool things they can do.
Okay. I mean,
so you probably didn't know all the cool things a Mega Mittens can do.
I did not. Sorry.
Are you having fun assembling there?
I thought I ran out of glue. I was getting really upset.
Oh, it's okay. Poor baby.
I might be running out of glue soon, though, which is just my luck. If I can at least get 1 army box together tonight, I'll be happy. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
How much glue have you inhaled?
Dude, there's a lot of stuff a lot more than I thought would be. I mean, they went together pretty well, but side note, this army is so damn light. It is awesome.
I am so damn jealous with my giant metal Roadhog.
You should be jealous. It is pretty damn cool. Yeah.
But yeah, so the Artificer.
Yes, the Artificer.
Artificers are awesome. Artificers are awesome.
Why are they awesome?
So just on their fists, they have combo smite.
So
they can just roll up to a dude and punk him with a POW 17 slam.
Jesus.
Because they're 13 base, and then combo smite adds to POW, which I think is POW 4. So yeah, POW 17. And then they also have a little spell called Magnabolt. And if it hits a model, then it can pull models an inch towards it or push models an inch away from it.
That's really good.
So I was actually using in that game, he jammed me with Crow's Cutthroats, and I wanted to shoot off their little upkeep. So I was able to Magnabolt them to spread them out to disengage them from my army, and then shoot them off.
That's actually pretty amusing.
And then he had some stuff engaging me, so I shot the second line to pull his stuff back away from me. But they can't do all that fun shit if they're putting Battle Mage's ability back on the Battle Mages. That's kind of the point there.
Well, you know what? You got to make some trades there, Herman. Do you want him to be fun, or do you want your unit to survive?
I made the trade. I opted for my units to die.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Yep, it was pretty straightforward.
I guess I can't say anything about that.
So now you know where I stand on fun versus dying.
I do. A little surprised, not gonna lie.
I do absolutely hate it when my stuff dies.
I know you don't like it. You can't stand it at all, because you used to get so upset when your stuff would die.
Yeah, it was really sad. So over the course of the game, I lost 2 units of Battle Mages and a Gorgon, and I was pretty salty.
That's not horrible.
No, I had 2 heavies, a Helios, and a light left.
Yeah, exactly. It's not horrible at all.
No, but those guys were important to me.
You're ridiculous, Herman.
I don't like losing models. So I play High Reclaimer.
That's true. Well, we'll see what happens. I guess even Silvestro isn't as good about it. I mean, I don't like losing models either, but, you know.
I don't mind you losing models. I just mind me losing models.
Well, I know you don't mind me losing models. You actively try to remove all of my models, and it makes me very sad.
No, I'm your friend.
Clearly you're not.
Come on.
No. All right. Anything else before we wrap up for the day?
No, I think that's a pretty good overview. Hit some Crucible Guard, hit some Retribution, and we'll be back with a tournament report next week.
Yes, and next week I will not be assembling models, so I will be more interactive. So I apologize, everyone, if you found this cast a little bit boring. All right.
Well, that just means that they found me boring, so screw you.
Well, no, I was just with my monotone comebacks. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to another episode of Turn Extension. Have a good one.
Take care.